Georgia Tech comes from behind. They get the win 30-29, but the ACC officials missed a critical call. And I have to ask you, as coaches, you've been on the sidelines during this replay era, and the ACC has gotten so many salutations this year for being transparent and showing the actual chatter back and forth between the on-field officials and the folks at the communication center there at the league office in Charlotte. Those folks in Charlotte are watching these games, and they can see these absolutely egregiously missed calls if they happen. Does it bother you as coaches, Jim Collins, and then Tim will go to you second? But Jim, would it bother you that when you have the technology and the aptitude of the people in place to make these calls, why they still let errors go through?
Well, unfortunately, Mike, they don't have a choice because those calls are not challengeable. You can't challenge that call in that situation, and that's one of the problems in football right now. We lost a critical game years ago against the University of Miami with all the laterals and things that came on that play. There were 5 penalties on that play, but none of them were, you couldn't challenge any of them. So. The sad part is that was not a very hard call to make. He was offsides by at least a yard.
Mike, I've never been so embarrassed for a league, than I am over that call right there. And what it did was absolutely rob Wake Forest and that group of kids who poured their heart and souls. The coaches poured their heart and souls in it to go win a big time game against an opponent that they weren't supposed to beat. Okay. I don't know what the spread was in that game, but it was big, for Georgia Tech and, for them to miss that call. You used the term egregious, and I just couldn't agree more. I just think it's an embarrassment is what it is, Mike. It truly is. It's embarrassing because there's no way that you can justify making a call like that when you have a chance to review it. The call should have been made and the game should have been over, and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons should have won the ball game.